Alright, Mangrove Forest by Bella, Jonathan, and Emily. So, the location of the mangrove forest tends to be in more tropical areas. So, as you can see in the map, they're along the coastlines, and then they're towards the equator, and then towards Australia, they have more of a higher biodiversity areas. And then the physical conditions of the mangrove forest is that they have an incredible carbon sink. They're shallow, nutrient-rich, and they have low energy waters. They're in tropical and subtropical climates, like seen in the map. They have a forest canopy shading the mangrove floor, and it keeps it cool where mudflats are exposed to sunlight. And then they have an average salinity levels of 34.5%. Some plants and animals located in the regions. Some plants, there are ferns, vines, orchids, lilies, and then just kind of those base plants. And then for animals, we have herons, snakes, lizards, spiders, seahorses, insects, cormorants, and egrets. And then some of the organisms that are endangered are the Heretiria globos, and it's endangered because of habitat destruction. The Heretiria forms, and that's endangered because of the coastal development, disease, and typhoons. The Aviaceae bicolor, in which that's endangered because of cattle grazing and urban development. And then fin join goby, and that's endangered because of habitat loss. Then 3 ways humans have had an impact. So with habitat fragmentation, many animals rely on the mangroves for a place for life and to create large food chains and ecosystems to make ecosystems from. And then, as you saw on the map, they have a very high biodiversity. And then humans are destroying them, which are building new infrastructures and mangrove trees, which are being cut down for firewood. And then seen in the pictures, you can just see how mangrove forests are kind of being impacted just by some deforestation. And then with pollution in the ocean and near the mangroves sickens the animals living around and in them and suffocates the trees that are vital to the ecosystem. So in the pictures, we can see in the top right hand corner, you can see all this trash in the lower bottom of that picture. And then the picture in the top left hand corner, you can see the grass seems to be dying a little bit. And then in the bottom picture, you can see there's a whole bunch of just dead fish dying from disease and pollutants. Dams and irrigation. So dams and irrigation block water from flowing into mangroves, which not only allow them to dry up, but also runs the natural flow of the ecosystems, which in turn can throw off all organisms. So seen in these pictures, you can just see how the dams and types of irrigation have been affecting, and it's seen in all 3 of the pictures. And then some laws to protect the mangrove forests. We have the Aquatic Culture Management Act, which lays down regulations for fishing and aquatic culture in the way that's still profitable. And then we have Fishery Management Act, which authorizes alternate fishing methods. And then finally, different ways that you can help. We don't live in an area where there's mangroves, but everyone can still help. Just don't litter. That's one of the easiest ways to stop that. And then practice sustainability, and that helps everything. And then use less plastic.